Okay, so let us begin our lecture. How to find analytic function whose real or imaginary part is given to you. Okay, so let us solve the problem based on method number 1. Example. Example. Okay, find analytic function. Find the analytic function. Analytic function whose whose real part is u equal to x raised to 4 minus 6x square y square plus y raised to 4. This problem is given to you and we have to find out the analytic function. Okay, solution. So which part is given to you? Real part is given. Just write down. Uh, let f of z equal to u plus iv be required analytic function. Required analytic function. Okay, so we let it here. F of z equal to u plus iv be required analytic function. Okay, and given that u is equal to what? X raised to 4 minus 6 x square y square and plus y raised to 4. Okay, now just differentiate u partially with respect to x. So therefore we have ux is equal to 4 q and minus we differentiating partially with respect to x. So y is constant. So we have 6 to the 12 x y square, and this is what? Y raised to 4 is constant, so this will what? 0. Okay, now differentiate u partially with respect to y. So just differentiate this. So this become so we differentiating u partially with respect to y. So x is constant. So we will have minus 6 to the 12 x square y and plus 4yq. Okay, 4yq. Now, since we have function f of z equal to what? U plus iv. Now differentiate this with respect to x. So we differentiating. So f dash of z and this equal to ux plus I Vx. Okay. Now we know that the Cauchy-Riemann equation. What is that? But we know that CR equation. That is what? Cauchy-Riemann equation. Ux equal to what? Ux equal to Vy and Uy equal to minus Vx. Okay. So here U is given. Real part is U is given. So we will replace Vx by what? Vx by negative of Uy. So therefore we have f dash of z is equal to what? Ux minus I uy. Okay, minus I uy. Now substitute the value of ux and uy we found here. Okay, just substitute. So this equal to ux is what? 4axq and minus 12ax y square. This is the first term and minus I and uy. Uy is what? Negative of 12 times of x square y and plus 4yq. Okay, we replace the value. Now what happened here? So just multiply this inside. So this become what? 4x cube minus 12 xy square, and minus minus goes plus here. So we write 12 x square I times of y, okay, and minus 4 minus 4 y cube, okay, y cube. So now here I am taking 4 as a common from each term. So we taking 4 as common. So just write down x cube minus 4 3 are 12. So 3x y square and plus 3 x square iy, and minus I y cube, okay. So this equal to, now we can observe that, so degree of each term will be what? Same. So this is what? This is something formula of what? X plus I y to the power 3, okay. So we must make the formula of this. So let us make this formula. So this we write 4. So x cube minus x cube, here I am writing here x cube. If I write this as a what? This is a square term, okay. Y is what? Square term. So we write here plus 3x. If I write here I y square, is there any problem? So this become what? I square. I square is minus 1. So this is what? Minus 3 times of x y square, okay. And plus 3 x square I y, okay. And plus I y to the power 3. If I write this, is there any problem? See here, iq is what? Your iq is become what? I square into I. But I square is what? Minus 1. So into I. So this is what? Minus I. iq will be what? Minus I. So here, if you expanding this, you will get this term. Okay. So now, so this become what? Now, so this become what? 4 times of x plus I y to the power 3. Okay. I x plus I y to the power 3. But we know that x plus I y is what? Z. So this become 4 z cube. Okay. Since you write down x plus I y is equal to what? Z. Getting? Now what? This is the derivative. This is the derivative. So we must integrate this. Then you can get your required analytic function. So therefore, by integrating this with respect to z, we get we get we get if it integrating this, so this become what? F of z, and this equal to what? This equal to integration of 4 times of zq and dz, okay, and plus c, where c is integrating constant, where c is integrating constant, integrating constant, okay. So now just integrate this. So just integrate this. So this is what? 4, and if you integrating this, z raised to 4 by 4 and plus c. So this 4 and this 4 will cancel. So you will get what? Z raised to 4 and plus c, which is your required analytic function. I hope you understood how to find analytic function by method number 1. This is by method number 1. Okay. So in this way, you can determine the analytic function when real part is given to you. I hope you understood. Students, got it?
Yes, sir.
Now let us move to the next page. Now what? Now we are going to the going to discuss next method, which is the one of the most important method to determine analytic function whose real or imaginary part is given. Okay, so this method is very important method. That is what Milne-Thompson's method. So just write down Milne-Thompson's Milne-Thompson's method. Okay, this is the one of the most important method. Okay, so you just pay attention over here. So here start, let f of z equal to u of xy plus I of v xy be required analytic function, be required analytic function. Okay, be required analytic function. Since we know that the complex number, we know that complex number z is what, ex plus iy, and their conjugate is what, z bar is equal to x minus iy. Okay, so this is your complex conjugate of given complex number. Now what, now I'm adding and subtracting. Okay, we first adding both. So by adding you will get z plus z bar is equal to what, add this, so x and x, that is what, 2x. Okay, and iy minus iy will cancel, so you will get what, z plus x bar. Okay, so this implies that ax is equal to what, z plus z bar and divide by 2. Okay, and if I subtracting this, so you'll get z minus z bar, and this equal to what, so I'm subtracting. Okay, so this x and minus this x will cancel, so here become minus minus, this is plus, so this is what, 2 times of I y. Okay, so from this you'll get y equal to what, z minus z bar divided by 2i. Getting? So from this you will have x equal to z plus z bar divided by 2, and y equal to what, z minus z bar divided by 2i. Okay, now put this value over here. So therefore we have the function f of z, we have function f of z is equal to u. Okay, u, just write down value of x, that is what, z plus z bar divided by 2 comma, and z minus z bar divided by 2i. Okay, this is u, and plus I times of v. Your v will be what, your v will be this one, z plus z bar divided by 2 comma, z minus z bar divided by 2i. Okay, now see, now see, now if I put here, if I put z equal to z bar in this expression in the function f of z, so just put over here in this function, so then we will have, we get f of z is equal to what, u, f of z equal to u, so z equal to z bar, so this become what, z plus z, so z plus z is 2z, 2z divided by 2, that is what, z. Okay, and here z, z equal to what, z bar, so this become what, z minus z, and which is equal to 0. Okay, and plus I v times of, similarly here you will get z replaced by z bar, so you will what, you will get 2 times of z bar, z bar is what, your z, so 2 divided by 2, that is you will get only z, and here you will get 0. Okay, here you will get 0. So from this you can say that, thus Thus f of z can be obtained, function f of z can be obtained, function f of z can be obtained in terms of z, in terms of z, by by putting x equal to z and y equal to what? 0. In the function y equal to 0, in the function f of z is equal to what? U of x comma y and plus I v of x comma y. Okay, where f of z is what? F of z is analytic, or you can say when f of z is analytic function. Okay, when f of z is analytic. Okay, now it's here. Now what happened over here? Now we, so function f of z become what? Functions of what? Z only, but z is what? Z is equal to x. So we differentiating this function with respect to x. So just differentiate. So now we differentiating the function f of z with respect to x. So this becomes f dash of z, and this is equal to ux and plus I times of vx. But by CR equation we have, we have, what is the CR equation? But you can write down, but by CR equation ux equal to vy and uy is equal to what? Negative of vx. So but by CR equation we will have f dash of z, and which is equal to what? Ux as it is. Instead of vx we write here negative of uy. Okay, negative of ui. Now here we let ux is equal to what? Function phi 1 of x comma y, and uy is equal to what? Phi 2 of x comma y. We letting this. Okay, so just replace this over here in this function. So therefore we have f dash of z is equal to phi 1 of x comma y minus I times of phi 2 of x comma y. Okay, but here what I have to do? We just putting here, put x equal to z and y equal to 0 in this expression. Okay, so we get f dash of z is equal to phi 1 of z comma 0 minus I times of phi 2 of z comma 0. Okay, so this become what? Functions of z. So now by integrating this you will get required analytic function. So just integrate this. So by integrating this with respect to z, we shall get required analytic function. We shall get required analytic function. Okay, I hope you understood how to find analytic function when real part is given. Okay, when real part is given to you. Okay, now by letting vx equal to psi of x comma y and vy equal to what? Psi 2 comma psi 2 of x comma y, you can find out the expression for imaginary part. Okay, So by integrating this function, you will get the you will get required analytic function when imaginary part is given to you. Okay. So okay. Now see here. Uh, this is name this what case number one. Here I'm writing here case one. Case one. Okay. Now go to the case number two. Case number two. Okay. If imaginary part V is given. Okay. If imaginary part V is given. So since we know that f dash of z is equal to what? Ux plus I times of Vx. So again by CR equation. So by CR equation. By CR equation. What is that CR equation? Ux equal to what? Vy and Uy equal to negative of Vx. So therefore we have f dash of z and which is equal to Ux. Ux is what? Ux is Vy. Just write down Vy and plus I Vx. Okay. Now here we let Vy is equal to what? Psi of x comma y. Name this psi 1. Okay. And Vx is equal to what? Psi 2 of x comma y. Okay. Just put this function over here. So this become what? Therefore f dash of z is equal to what? Instead of Vy, we putting this. Instead of Vy, we putting psi 1 of x comma y and plus I times of, instead of Vx, we putting this psi 2 of x comma y. Okay. So now, so we putting here, put x equal to z and y equal to 0. Okay. We get we get f dash of z and this is equal to psi 1 of x is what? Z and y is 0 and plus I times of psi 2 of x is what? Z and y is 0. So this become functions of z. So we integrating this with respect to z. So by integrating integrating this with respect to z, we get f of z is equal to what? Integration of psi 1 of z comma 0 and plus I psi 2 of z comma 0. Okay. Dz and plus c, where c is what? Integrating constant, where c is integrating constant. Okay. So by integrating, you will get require analytic function. Okay. So these are the procedure to find analytic function when real or imaginary part is given to you. I hope you understood. Example. Example. Find the analytic function. Find the analytic function. Find the analytic function whose real part is whose real part is whose real part is given to you. That is what? U is equal to x square minus y square and minus 5x plus y and plus 2. Okay, so this is given to you and you have to find out analytic function. So let us see how to find solution. What is given to you? This is given. Okay, so we first write down let f of z equal to u plus iv be required analytic function. Be required analytic function. Analytic function. Okay. Now differentiate this with respect to x. So we have f dash of z, and this is equal to what? Ux plus I times of Vx. Okay. Now use CR equation. Therefore, by CR equations, what is the CR equation? Ux equal to what? Vy and uy equal to minus of Vx. So therefore, this become what? F dash of z is equal to, we write ux as it is, and Vx is what? Negative of uy. So minus I uy. Okay. Now what our job is, what? To find out analytic function f of z. Okay, where ux is, where ux and vy have to determine. So here our job is, we first find ux and uy. So since given u is equal to x square minus y square minus 5x plus y and plus 2. Okay, just verify your function. X square minus y square minus 5x plus y and plus 2. Okay, just find out partial derivative with respect to x. So ux is what? 2x, and this is constant term 0 minus 5. X is derivative of x is 1, and these are constants, so this is 0. Okay, now uy is what? Uy, so x here in this case x is constant, so you'll have minus 2y, and this term is constant, so this will 0 and plus 1. Okay, and 2 is constant, so this is 0. So put this value over here. So here this is equation number 1. Write down equation number 2, putting 2 in 1, putting equation number 2 in 1, we get what? We get f dash of z is equal to u is what? Ux is what? 2x minus 5. Okay, and minus I times of vy is this one, minus 2y plus 1. Okay, now what? Now we will use Milne-Thompson method. Okay, so let us move to the next page, then we will apply Milne-Thompson method. Therefore, by Milne-Thompson's method, in Milne-Thompson method, what I have to do? So let ux is equal to what? Phi 1 of x comma y, and which is what? Which is found. Phi 1 of x comma y is 2x minus 5. 2x minus 5. Okay, now uy is what? Phi 2 of x comma y, and which is equal to what? Which is equal to minus 2y plus 1, which is equal to minus 2y plus 1. Just see, minus 2y plus 1. Okay, so therefore we will have f dash of z is equal to ux. Instead of ux we putting here this one. Okay, but this is what? This is phi 1 of x comma y minus sign is there. Okay, yeah, and uy I times of ui is what? Phi 2 of x comma y, x comma y. Okay, so by Milne-Thompson method we putting here, so f of z can be obtained by putting x equal to z and y equal to 0. So we write here f of z, can be obtained by putting x equal to z and y equal to 0. कहाँ पे? In this expression. Which equation number? That is 1, 2 and this is 3. In equation number 3 we get f dash of z is equal to phi 1 of x replaced by z. So this is z and y is 0 minus I times of phi 2 of x replaced by z and y replaced by 0. Okay. So phi 1 of z comma 0. Okay. So here just replace value over here. So instead of x we write here z. So just write down this become 2z and minus 5. Okay, there is no y term and minus I. So phi 2 of z here. So here y term is there. So y will be what? 0. Negative of 2 into 0 and plus 1. Okay, so just simplify this. This become what? 2z minus 5 and minus I. Okay, this will 0 and only item 1 is remaining. So this is what? Minus I. Okay, so now what I have to do? We just integrate. So this is the function of z. So we integrating this with respect to z. So therefore, by integrating this with respect to z, we get f of z is equal to what? Integrate this 2z minus 5 and minus I. Okay, so we integrating this with respect to z plus c, where c is integrating constant, where c is integrating constant. Okay, just integrate this. So this is equal to what? So 2 into z square by 2 and minus 5z. Okay, minus 5z, and integration of this is what? Minus I times of z plus c. Here 2 and 2 will choose. So therefore we will have f of z is equal to z square minus 5z minus I times of z plus c, which is required analytic function. Which is required analytic function. Okay, which is required analytic function. I hope you understood, students, how easy this method. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
यस, बहुत आसान प्रॉब्लम था ये. देखिए, मिलने थॉमस मेथड बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मेथड है और इसी के थ्रू ही आपको एग्जाम में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है. सो दिस इज द वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एंड इजी मेथड. ओके ओके, लेट अस डू द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. Example. Find the analytic function. Find the analytic function whose imaginary part is given to you. In this case, we will take in imaginary part, whose imaginary part is given to you. That is what? V is equal to cos x into cos hyperbolic function y. Okay. Now let us move to the next page. Then we'll solve this problem. Solution. So what is the first step? Our first step is what? Let f of z equal to u plus iv be require analytic function. Analytic function. Okay. Then what is the next step? We just differentiate this. So we have f dash of z, and this is equal to ux plus I times of vx. Now the next step is what? We will use Cauchy-Riemann equation. So therefore by CR equation, that is Cauchy-Riemann equation. So therefore by CR equations, what is the CR equation? Ux equal to what? Vy, and uy equal to minus of vx. Okay. So therefore we will have f dash of z, and which is equal to what? So here in this case imaginary part is given, so we will remove the real part. Okay. So instead of ux we write here vy. So vy and plus I times of vx as it is. Okay. Now name this equation number 1. Name this equation number 1. But we have given, but we have v is equal to, how much? Cos x into cos hyperbolic function y. Okay. Now we find partial derivative with respect to x and y. Just find out. We first find partial derivative with respect to y. So just find out. So x is constant here, cos x as it is. What is the derivative of cosine hyperbolic function? So derivative of cos hyperbolic y will be what? Sine h y. Okay. And partial derivative with respect to x. So we have vx is equal to, so in this case you'll have this function is constant. Cos hyperbolic y will be what? Constant. So derivative of cos is sine. That is what? Minus sine x cos hyperbolic y. Okay. Now, what? We just name this equation number 2. Now putting 2 in 1. So putting 2 in 1, we get f dash of z, and this is equal to what? Vy. Vy is what? Cos x into sine hyperbolic y. Okay. And plus I times of vx. Vx is this. That is minus sine x into cos hyperbolic y. Okay. Now what? Now we will use here Milne-Thompson's method. So therefore by Milne-Thompson's method, method. What is the Milne-Thompson's method? We let v of y equal to what? Psi 1 of x comma y, and v of x equal to what? This is v of y equal to psi 1 of x comma y, and v of x is equal to psi 2 of x comma y. Okay. So therefore this equation become, therefore we have f dash of z, and this is equal to psi 1 of x comma y, and plus I times of psi 2 of x comma y. Okay, therefore we know that f of z, your analytic function f of z, can be obtained can be obtained by putting can be obtained by putting x equal to z and y equal to 0 in equation number 3. In equation number 3. Okay, so f of z can be obtained by putting x equal to z and y equal to 0 in equation number 3. Okay, we get f dash of zn, which is equal to psi 1 of z comma 0 plus I times of psi 2 of z comma 0. So from this we will have f dash of z, and which is equal to psi 1. Psi 1 is the function of what? Z only. So but psi 1 is what? Psi 1 is vy. But your vy is what? Your vy is this function. So okay, so instead of x we putting here z. So this is cos z. Okay, so instead of y we putting 0, so sine hyperbolic 0, and plus I times of psi 2. Your psi 2 is vx, but vx is what? Vx is this one, minus sine x cos hyperbolic y. So just write down minus sine, instead of x we putting here z, into cos hyperbolic, instead of y we put here 0. Okay, so just simplify this. So therefore f dash of z is equal to, see here sine 0 is what? 0. So we have only cos z into 0, and minus I times of sine z cos 0 is what? 1. So from this you will get, therefore f dash of z is equal to what? This is 0, and minus I times of sine z. Okay, so this can be written as what? Simply minus I sine z. So this become what? Functions of z. This become function of z. So now integrating with respect to z. So therefore by integrating integrating with respect to z on both sides, we get on both sides we get what? F of z. If you integrating with respect to z, so derivative will disappear. Okay, so minus I is constant, integration of sine z dz plus c, where c is integrating constant, where c is integrating constant, where c is integrating constant. Just integrate this. So this equal to what? Therefore f of z, and this equal to minus I times of, what is the integration of sine? That is minus cos z and plus c. Okay, so this can be written as what? F of z is equal to minus minus goes plus, this is I times of cos z plus c. Okay, which is require analytic function, which is, so which is require analytic function, analytic function, which is require analytic function. Okay, how easy this problem? Are you getting this much? Have you understood this? Yes or no, students? Have you understood this problem? How to solve and how to find analytic function whose imaginary part is given to you? Is this easy and interesting to you? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. आसान लगा कि नहीं? ये डिफिकल्ट लगा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में? बताओ, बताओ अदर्स।
सर आसान तो है, लेकिन एक बार मतलब कि वापस नोट्स रिफर कर लूंगा।
हाँ,
मतलब कि
चलो।
इसको प्रैक्टिस करने वो है ना।
हाँ, प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो आपको बहुत आसान लगेगा, और यही मेथड आपके लिए बहुत ही इजी मेथड है, ठीक है। और जो मैंने पहले इसका प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया, ये वाला, कहाँ गया प्रॉब्लम, ये वाला, ये वाली मेथड से आप सॉल्व करोगे ना, तो आप इसको मतलब कि परफेक्ट स्क्वायर या क्यू, उसका पावर परफेक्ट नहीं मतलब डिसाइड कर पाओगे। किसी किसी कोई फंक्शन ऐसा रहता है जिसमें परफेक्ट पावर आपको नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे आपको दिक्कत हो जाएगी। तो ये इस मेथड को आप इग्नोर कीजिए, और केवल आप केवल मिलने थॉमस मेथड ही यूज कीजिए एग्जाम में, ये आपके लिए इजी पड़ेगा। समझ गए आपको? यहाँ पे देखिए, मैंने आपको ईच एंड एवरी स्टेप एक्सप्लेन करके, कौन कहाँ से आया, कौन से स्टेप से आया, सेम प्रोसीजर के थ्रू मैंने सॉल्व किया यह प्रॉब्लम। कि जैसा मैंने देखो थियरी आपको एक्सप्लेन किया, थियरी जैसे मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया, सेम टू सेम स्टेप वही है, उसमें एक भी आगे पीछे आपको नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है। अगर थियरी आपको लर्न हो गया, दैट इज दिमाग में फिट हो गया आपके, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में बहुत ही आसान लगेगा। चलिए, एक्सरसाइज प्रॉब्लम ले लो आप। बिना एक्सरसाइज प्रॉब्लम का लेक्चर कंप्लीट नहीं होता। एग्जाम्पल, फाइंड find the analytic function whose number one real part is u is equal to, whose real part is u equal to e raised to x into x cos y, x cos y minus y sin y. Second one, imaginary part is imaginary part is v equal to, imaginary part is v equal to e raised to x sin y plus y cos y. Okay, so this is a simple problem for you, so please do this problem at your home. Okay, first one is what, real part is given, ये एक ही प्रॉब्लम है आपका, दो प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है। पहला आप फाइंड करोगे रियल पार्ट जब दिया रहेगा, और दूसरा पार्ट फाइंड करोगे इमेजिनरी पार्ट आपको दिया रहेगा, ठीक है। इस तरह का प्रॉब्लम आपके एग्जाम में बहुत पूछा जाता है, हो सकता है दोनों में से प्रॉब्लम से एक प्रॉब्लम आपके एग्जाम में आए पक्का, ठीक है। सो प्लीज डू दिस प्रॉब्लम एट योर होम। Okay, thank you, Lafi, for joining to us. Now you can leave.
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.